Hi, my name is Stefan Hendy, and I'm showing work at the Government Center Rotunda Gallery. The piece is called The Pinpoint Remains. The name of the show is The Pinpoint Remains, and it's really a reference to geography and geology. This idea that you can go away from someplace and it becomes really small, right, in perspective. And then you return to this site. And for me, I recently left Las Vegas and I've been living in Baltimore, Maryland, and so now this piece is about coming back here and working. The materials that I'm working with basically air conditioning foil, and this material is polypropylene, which is a recyclable plastic, which means that after this show it can be taken apart and all of these parts can be recycled. Basically it's site-specific for me because I'm building it here. I'm building it spontaneously. It's made for this gallery. If I were to present it in another space, it may not work. It may actually not be as consistent with the properties of the space itself and how viewers interact with it. If I were to just take these and plop them in a white cube gallery, it may not have the same impact as it would for people entering from these various points. And so it's intended for people to see it in the round. I think there's a lot of people who enjoy just seeing something that's very, very different from the things they're used to. It's a novelty to them. I think there are some people who are really confused by geometric work or abstract work. They really don't know how to respond to it. And hopefully, this will be, convincing to them. Hopefully they'll be able to commit themselves to what this is. Actually, this show is the first time that something's been installed during the weekday hours. Usually that's done during the weekend. When something's installed, that happens very quickly. And in this case, because I'm making this work spontaneously, I have a very short window. For me, I have a very short window of time, but it takes about 4 or 5 days for me to build the work. I had to reflect light, and fluorescent colors are probably the only thing that can come back out of this material. These are beyond bright, so the point is to make something that if there is direct light or lighting, there's this hint that there's something inside. And in this case, I also didn't want to obstruct the object's light with a structure so the light would pass through it or not pass through it. So I wanted to make sure that there was as much opportunity for light to pass through these objects so that when you see it from the stairs coming down, the light is backlighting them. And so they appear to be lit. The work is really spontaneous, and so I develop things on the fly. Sometimes this is the only time I get to actually come up with new ideas, is when I'm being forced to show them in public. Sometimes the safety of an art studio is also a place where you don't actually come up, you can come up with solutions, but this is very, very similar to being like a writer, where you have to write a book for an audience and you don't get to edit, so you have to come up with really, very kind of unique ways of getting from point A to point B.